Hello students, welcome back to the class. In the last class we have discussed about how to method of acquiring the citizenship. Okay, what are the methods to acquire the citizenship we have discussed in the last class. Now we are going forward for a new class which is called as the topic merits and demerits of democracy. What are the advantages and disadvantages, what are the positiveness and negativeness in the democracy, we will discuss in this class. Okay, democracy is very good. Democracy is the best form of government. Everybody knows that democracy is a very best form of government. Okay, in the modern countries, if you see, there are many countries are leaning towards democracy. Overall, if you see that 98% of the countries in the world are adopted a democratic form of government. Few countries are communist country. Okay, 90%, more than 90% of the countries are accepted democracy. Few countries are accepted different ideology. So in this topic we will study about what are the facts, what are the merits as well as demerits of democracy. We will study in this point. Okay, we are going forward. Children, we already know that democracy, the term democracy is derived from the Greek word. Okay, if you see, the word concept of democracy was first started in Greeks only. The capital of Greeks, we know that Athens. Athens is the capital of Greeks. Here, once upon a time, there was a direct democracy. Okay, in Athens, and one more point, okay, in Athens most of the people will come there and they used to select the government directly. So the first democracy concept was mainly started from the Greeks only. The modern ideology of the political thoughts today, whatever the modern ideas of political thoughts was mainly started in Greeks only. Okay, so now come to the point, democracy. Democracy is derived from the Greek word, we know, demos and kratos. Okay, it is a combination of two words. One is called as demos and one is called as kratos. Demos is nothing but rule. Okay, demo means rule and kratos means power or rule or authority. Okay, whenever the people's power. So democracy is nothing but demo means, okay, demo means rule or people also we can say, and kratos means power. So power completely vested in the hand of people, and that's why we can say that every country where the power is vested in the hand of people, that country can be called as democratic country. How the powers are vested in the hand of people is, in this country, okay, whatever the countries, most of the powers will be under the control of people, because people have right to select the government, people have right to elect the government. Okay, people can participate in elections. The people can form government. People itself can able to form the government. So overall, all the powers are under the control of the people. Okay, in a democratic form of government, there is no place for kings. There is no place for monarchy. Okay, there is no place for aristocracy. Okay, so this is the best form of government, because this is giving power to all the people. Every people have right to select the government. Every people have right to elect the government. Every people have right to participate in election, and every people itself are mainly responsible to form the government. Who will form the government is peoples only are mainly responsible for the formation of any government. Peoples play a very important role. So in democracy, Abraham Lincoln, one of the famous president of America. Okay, during the period of 1860s, Abraham Lincoln is one of the greatest president of America, and during that period of time he have abolished slavery. Okay, abolished by Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln have given the definition for democracy is, the government is of the people, for the people and by the people. So this government is mainly for the nation. This government will work for the people, and this government will be formed by the people. So this government will form by the people, this government is work for the people, and this government is by the nation only. They will develop the nation. So this is about a democracy concept. Next, come to the point, efficient form of government. Now we are discussing about merits. So when we are talking about the merits, what are the important merits if you find? First one is efficient form of government. In a democratic form of government, the government is quietly efficient. Okay, a best form of government will be appointed. Why? Because in democratic form of government, not one people are electing. All the people are electing one leader. So when all the people are electing one leader, their opinion, when all the people are electing one leader, he may be efficient only. Because when all the people are selecting a particular leader, that leader why they are selecting by many people, because of their efficiency. So here the efficient form of government is formed in democracy. So government are mainly elected by the people. So people are electing the government by elections. When the elections will be conducted for every 5 years, in these 5 years the people are electing the government. Now here if you see that, and sometime the people will make the government very efficient. Suppose if the people, how they can make the government more efficient? Suppose if the people if they find the government is efficient, again they will select the government, or else the people have a right to reject the government. In the next election the people have right to reject the government. So people only can make the government more efficiency. Okay, this is the first thing. So in democracy are mainly responsible for efficient form of government. See, whatever the government which are formed in democracy, mainly they will work for the period of only 5 years. And government also know that if they will work for the period of 5 years, again they will get chance to appoint, okay, for re-election. Again in re-election, again once again the election will be conducted, again they have a chance to come to power. If they are not working properly, again there is no chance, and that's why every government will work efficiently, because again if they wanted to come to power, they have to work more and more efficiently. So if the government will work efficiently, who will decide whether the government is working efficiently or not? It's decided by only people. Okay, people only will decide whether the government is working efficiently or not. If the people feel that the government is efficient, again they will be giving contract to the government to form. Again the people will give the government to form and to rule. That is a social contract between the people as well as representative for the period of how many years? 5 years. So efficient form. Importance of equality, if you see, in every democratic form of government, they will give importance to the equality. Equality in the form of 3 things: social equality, economic equality, as well as political equality. Social, economic and political rights are equally distributed. So in every democratic form of government, if you see, the rights like social rights, economic and political rights are equally distributed without having any discrimination between the person as well as group. So in every democratic form of government, rights were distributed equally, whether that is related to social right, whether if it is economic rights and political rights. Okay, so in every rights which are related to the society, rights which are in terms of economy and political rights are distributed equally without having any discrimination between any person or a group. So no person will be discriminated or either group were discriminated. So every person, the rights were distributed equally without having any discrimination between any groups. That is one point. Now upholds individual liberty, if you see that, okay, freedom. Democracy will provide freedom as well as rights to all the people. In every democratic form of government, rights and freedom will be given to all the people. Okay, so what freedoms were already there in the ancient time. Also there was a freedom, but they were enjoyed by only few peoples who are high class peoples used to enjoy the freedom. But democratic form of government will provide freedom to not only a particular section, but all the people comes under the category. Every person, the democratic form of government will provide freedom and rights to all the people, and they will try to protect their rights, which is called as constitutional rights. Whatever the rights which are given by constitution to the people, whatever the constitution rights are there, these constitution rights will be protected by the government. So this is the point. So children, what we have discussed here, we have discussed that about the democracy, the merits and demerits of democracy. We have seen the democracy is mainly originated from the Greek word. Okay, democracy is originated from the Greek word. Democracy mainly comes from the two concepts. One is called demos and kratos. Demos means rule and kratos means power. Demos means even people also. Okay, people. Whenever the power is under the control of people, then we can say the form of government is democracy. How can you say that people has a power? Is because people have right to elect the government, people have right to select the government, people can participate in elections, and people can form the government. People itself can able to form the government. Okay, most of the ordinary government in the country are mainly formed by the people, and that's why this is a democracy. So Abraham Lincoln have given a definitions for the democracy is a government to the people, for the people, by the people. It means that democracy is a government to the people, it is mainly to the people, it is mainly formed by the people, it is mainly, this government is useful for the people, and this is for the nation also. Now, efficient form of government is possible only in democratic form of government. Here the government is elected by the people. People are only electing the government. So when all the people are electing a government, the government must be the best government. And government should work efficiently, because here the government is working for the period of only 5 years. When the people are electing the government, so here what is the period of the contract? 5 years. Here the government should work for the period of 5 years. If the government also know that if they will not work efficiently, again in the next 5 years they can't come to power, and that's why the government will work efficiently. So this is the best form of government. Okay, whenever the elections are conducted for every 5 years, within that 5 years elected government will work very efficiently. Now come to the point, importance of equality. If you comes to the point importance of equality, we have seen 3 important equality: social equality, economic as well as political equalities, and the rights were distributed equally. Social, economic and political rights were distributed equally without having any discriminations between the person as well as group. So whatever the rights are there, either that is social rights, economic rights and political rights, all these rights were distributed equally without having any discrimination between the caste, group or person. That is one point. Now we have seen that uphold individual liberty. Democracy will protect the freedom of the individual. So democracy is mainly responsible to protect the freedom of the individual. How? See, here the democracy will provide freedom as well as rights to all the people. So democracy is providing various types of freedom and rights in the form of fundamental rights, human rights. So democratic government will form. Democratic government will provide freedom as well as human rights to all the people, and sometimes the democratic government is mainly responsible to safeguard the constitutions, and they will protect the rights of the constitution. So that's why this is very important. So what are the 3 things we have studied? First we have discussed about democracy, and then we have studied that 3 important merits of democracy we have studied. First one, the efficient form of government. Second thing, importance of equality, and third one, uphold individual liberty. So democracy will protect the individual liberty. So children, this is about the merits of democracy. In the next class we will discuss about some important merits of democracy. We will meet you in the next class, children. Thank you very much.